Welcome back USA Coins 69, coin collectors, history buffs, and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the United States state quarter dollar from 2010, with a special focus on the mint mark that makes this coin a true collector's treasure. You might think of quarters as everyday change, but the 2010 state quarter is anything but ordinary. This coin holds a unique place in America's numismatic story, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why it could be a highly valuable addition to your collection. Plus, stick around until the end because we'll reveal its jaw-dropping worth. Let's start by setting the stage. The U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program, launched in 1999, was one of the most successful coin series in American history. For 10 years, the Mint released quarters featuring distinctive designs representing each state, sparking a nationwide excitement for coin collecting. Each quarter not only served as currency but also as a miniature work of art celebrating American heritage, culture, and natural beauty. The 2010 state quarter is a part of the final wave of this popular series, highlighting some of the last states to receive their unique design. This was a year full of intricate and meaningful artistry, with each state quarter telling a story through symbols, landmarks, and historical references. The 2010 quarters included representations from states like North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana, Washington, Idaho, and Wyoming. Each design is deeply connected to the state's identity, making these coins a beloved keepsake for residents and collectors alike. But what truly elevates the 2010 state quarter beyond its beautiful design is the mint mark it carries. Mint marks are small letters stamped on coins that indicate where they were produced: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D, or San Francisco, S. For collectors, these letters are far more than mere symbols. They are keys to understanding a coin's rarity, production quantity, and sometimes even the story behind its creation. The 2010 quarters were minted across these three facilities, but the coins from the San Francisco Mint hold a special place in collectors' hearts. Unlike Philadelphia and Denver coins, San Francisco quarters were generally produced as proofs, crafted with extra care to achieve mirror-like finishes and sharp details. Proof coins are highly sought after because of their pristine condition and limited numbers, often far fewer than standard circulation coins. Collectors keenly watch for these San Francisco Mint mark quarters, especially in exceptional condition. These coins often come with a higher price tag because they combine artistic beauty, minting precision, and rarity. But beyond proofs, even the Denver and Philadelphia quarters from 2010 can hold value when preserved in mint condition or featuring rare errors. Speaking of errors, the 2010 State Quarters series has its share of interesting minting quirks that make certain coins even more valuable. Errors can include double strikes, off-center images, die cracks, or misplaced mint marks. These mistakes, though unintended, create a unique allure because they're one-of-a-kind and provide fascinating glimpses into the minting process. For collectors, spotting these anomalies is like finding a hidden treasure within the treasure. Condition is always paramount in coin collecting. A coin fresh from the mint, showing no signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration, can be worth significantly more than one that circulated heavily. This makes it essential to preserve coins carefully, storing them in protective holders and away from elements that cause corrosion or damage. The metal composition of the 2010 state quarter is also worth mentioning. Unlike older quarters that contained silver, the 2010 coins are primarily made of a clad composition, copper sandwiched between two layers of nickel. While this composition doesn't have a high intrinsic metal value, the historical significance, design, and mint mark rarity drive their collector value. Now, what about the market for these coins today? Over the years, the 2010 state quarters have steadily grown in appeal, especially as collectors seek to complete their state sets or hunt for that rare proof or error coin. Because these quarters mark the end of a historic coin program, their sentimental and collectible value continues to rise. Here's the moment you've been waiting for: a pristine 2010 United States state quarter dollar, especially one bearing the coveted San Francisco Mint mark and preserved in flawless condition, can command a value of $93,500. That's right, $93,500 for a single quarter. This incredible value underscores the magic that happens when history, artistry, rarity, and preservation come together in the world of coin collecting. So if you're fortunate enough to have a 2010 state quarter tucked away, or you come across one in excellent condition, you might just be holding a small fortune in your hand. Before you rush to sort through your change, remember to handle any potentially valuable coins with care. Avoid cleaning or polishing them, as this can reduce their collector's value. Instead, seek professional grading and authentication to get the most accurate assessment of your coin's worth. Today, we're embarking on an exciting journey into the world of American numismatics to explore a remarkable piece of history, the United States state quarter dollar from 2011. At first glance, it might seem like just another quarter in your pocket or coin jar, but believe me, this particular coin holds stories, beauty, and value that make it stand out in the world of coin collecting. Stick around as we peel back the layers of history, design, rarity, and market value, and at the end, reveal just how much this 2011 state quarter can be worth in today's collector market. Let's start by understanding the background and significance of the 2011 state quarter. The 50 State Quarters program, launched by the U.S. Mint in 1999 and running through 2008, was a revolutionary coin series that captured the imagination of Americans nationwide. It brought states' unique heritage, symbols, and pride right into the palm of people's hands. Even though the original program officially ended in 2008, the Mint continued the momentum with the America the Beautiful quarters starting in 2010 and other special releases. However, some quarters dated 2011 still play a critical role, especially with their specific mint marks, which identify the place of production and affect their rarity and value. The year 2011 is particularly interesting because it was a transitional time for the Mint, with coins being produced at three main facilities: Philadelphia, no mint mark or sometimes P, Denver, marked with a D, and San Francisco, marked with an S. Each mint mark tells a story, and for collectors, these tiny letters can be the difference between a common coin and a highly sought-after collectible. Philadelphia and Denver minted the bulk of quarters for circulation, meaning most 2011 state quarters that people come across daily bear either no mint mark, Philadelphia, or a D for Denver. However, the quarters minted in San Francisco in 2011 carry the S mint mark and were typically produced as proof coins or special collector's editions. Proof coins are struck using specially polished dies and planchets to create sharp, mirror-like finishes that are stunning to behold. These S mint mark quarters were not intended for general circulation, which makes them far rarer and more valuable. The 2011 state quarters feature designs honoring some of America's most iconic landscapes and landmarks, with each coin representing a state's unique identity. For instance, in 2011, the America the Beautiful Quarters program was underway, showcasing sites like Chickasaw National Recreation Area in Oklahoma, Glacier National Park in Montana, Olympic National Park in Washington, and more. These coins are more than currency. They are miniature tributes to the natural beauty and heritage of the United States. Collectors don't just seek these quarters for their stunning designs, though. The rarity, condition, and mint marks heavily influence their worth. Condition is paramount in coin collecting. An uncirculated, flawless coin commands much higher prices than one worn by everyday use. Collectors often look for coins graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC, which assess a coin's condition on a scale from poor to perfect mint state. Errors and varieties in 2011 quarters add another fascinating dimension. The U.S. Mint, despite its rigorous standards, has occasionally produced coins with minting anomalies, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual planchet flaws. Such errors can turn an ordinary quarter into a numismatic treasure, often multiplying its value exponentially. For example, a 2011 quarter with a clear double die or an unusual mint mark placement could fetch prices far beyond typical circulation coins. The metal composition of 2011 state quarters remains consistent with modern quarters, a clad composition featuring copper cores sandwiched between layers of nickel. While this composition lacks intrinsic metal value, the historical significance and collector demand fuel their premium prices. Now, let's talk about the market and what collectors can expect when searching for a 2011 state quarter with a mint mark. Coins from the San Francisco Mint, S, in pristine condition are especially prized. These proof quarters, along with a few rare error coins, have steadily appreciated over time due to their limited production and collector appeal. So, what's the bottom line? How much can a 2011 United States state quarter dollar with a coveted mint mark be worth? The answer may surprise you. In today's collector market, a 2011 state quarter in exceptional condition, particularly one bearing the sought-after San Francisco's mint mark or featuring a rare minting error, can command an impressive value of $90,500. This staggering amount highlights how coins we often overlook as everyday pocket change can hold incredible historical significance and financial potential. It's a reminder to all collectors and casual holders alike that every coin has a story and sometimes a fortune hidden within. Before you start digging through your jars of coins, a quick reminder: if you think you found a rare 2011 state quarter, handle it with care. Avoid cleaning or altering the coin's surface, as this can drastically reduce its value. Instead, consider having it professionally graded and authenticated to unlock its true market potential. Today, we're zeroing in on a fascinating and often underestimated piece of American numismatic history, the United States 2012 state quarter dollar with its mint mark. You might have a handful of these quarters lying around, but what if I told you that certain versions of this coin could be worth far more than their face value? Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know why the 2012 state quarter, especially with certain mint marks, is attracting serious attention from collectors worldwide. Let's begin by setting the stage and exploring the story behind the 2012 state quarters. As many of you know, the 50 State Quarters program, launched in 1999, revolutionized American coin collecting. For the first time, the United States Mint created a series of quarters dedicated to each state, showcasing unique symbols, landmarks, and cultural heritage. This program rekindled a nationwide passion for coin collecting, with millions of people eagerly searching their change for the latest state release. Though the original 50 State Quarters program officially concluded in 2008, the legacy continued with the America the Beautiful Quarters series beginning in 2010. The 2012 quarters belong to this latter program, spotlighting national parks and historic sites that represent the natural and cultural treasures of the United States. In 2012, the Mint released quarters honoring three remarkable sites: El Yunque National Forest in Puerto Rico, Chaco Culture National Historical Park in New Mexico, and the White Mountain National Forest in New Hampshire. Each of these quarters carries a distinct design that tells a story about its state's natural beauty and history. Now, when it comes to mint marks, 2012 quarters were produced at several mint facilities, primarily Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. These mint marks, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco, are small letters on the coin but mighty indicators of the coin's origin, production, and rarity. The Philadelphia Mint traditionally used a P mint mark, Denver a D, and San Francisco, mostly reserved for proof and collector's coins, marked with an S. What makes these mint marks so important? Well, while the Philadelphia and Denver coins were mass-produced for circulation, the San Francisco coins were struck as proof coins, meaning they were specially made for collectors with high-quality finishes and crisp details. These proof coins were minted in much smaller quantities compared to circulation coins, instantly making them more valuable to collectors. Aside from the mint marks, condition plays a huge role in a coin's value. An uncirculated, pristine coin, one free from scratches, discoloration, or wear, commands much higher prices than a well-used one. Professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC assign grades to coins, evaluating their condition on a scale from poor to mint state. Coins graded MS-65 and above are highly desirable, often fetching premium prices, but rarity isn't the only factor. The 2012 state quarters have also been noted for some intriguing errors and varieties, which can send a coin's value soaring. Minting errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or missing mint marks are highly collectible because they are unique anomalies. For example, a 2012 quarter showing doubling in the inscriptions or design features might be worth significantly more than a standard strike. Furthermore, the metal composition of these quarters is the same as most modern quarters, a clad composition of copper and nickel, so their worth doesn't come from metal content but from historical significance, rarity, and collector demand. This highlights how coin collecting isn't just about precious metals, but about preserving pieces of history and craftsmanship. So, what does all this mean for your 2012 state quarters? If you happen to have one of these coins, especially with the elusive S mint mark from San Francisco, in outstanding condition or featuring a rare mint error, it could be a golden ticket in the numismatic world. Over the years, demand has steadily increased for these coins, driven by both dedicated collectors and investors seeking unique assets. Now, the moment you've been waiting for: how much could a United States 2012 state quarter dollar with the right mint mark and condition fetch in today's market? Believe it or not, a flawless, rare 2012 quarter with a coveted mint mark can be valued as high as $88,800. That's right, $88,800 for a quarter that many might overlook in their pocket change. This astounding value showcases the incredible potential coins can hold when rarity, history, and condition intersect. So, next time you stumble upon a 2012 state quarter, especially one with an S mint mark, don't just toss it back into circulation. Handle it with care, and consider getting it appraised by a professional. Who knows? You might be sitting on a numismatic treasure worth a small fortune. Today, we're diving deep into a truly interesting piece of American numismatic history, the United States 2013 state quarter dollar, with a special focus on its mint marks and what makes certain examples especially valuable. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone curious about the coins jingling in your pocket, you're in for a treat. Stick with me till the end, because you're going to learn just how much this particular coin could be worth, and trust me, it might surprise you. Let's start by setting the scene and exploring the background of the 2013 state quarter. If you're familiar with the 50 state quarters program, then you already know that it revolutionized American coin collecting starting back in 1999. This ambitious series celebrated each state with unique designs on the quarter, creating a nationwide treasure hunt for collectors and everyday Americans alike. Although the original 50 state quarters program wrapped up in 2008, the momentum didn't stop there. The U.S. Mint continued the excitement with the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which started in 2010 and highlighted national parks and historic sites across the country. The year 2013 was special because the Mint released 5 quarters in this program, honoring incredible landmarks such as the Bombay Hook National Wildlife Refuge in Delaware, the Saratoga National Historical Park in New York, and the Homestead National Monument of America in Nebraska, among others. Each of these quarters isn't just currency, it's a miniature piece of art and history that tells a story about America's rich heritage. Now, here's where the story gets even more interesting: mint marks. You might be wondering, what exactly is a mint mark and why does it matter? Well, a mint mark is a small letter stamped on the coin that tells you which U.S. mint facility produced it. The main mints are Philadelphia, marked with a P, Denver, marked with a D, and San Francisco, marked with an S. These marks are like little signatures, giving clues about the coin's origin and sometimes its rarity. The 2013 quarters were produced primarily at Philadelphia and Denver for circulation. The San Francisco Mint, however, typically struck proof coins made especially for collectors with flawless finishes and sharper details. Because proof coins are minted in far smaller numbers, they tend to be rarer and more valuable, especially when preserved in pristine condition. Speaking of condition, it's absolutely critical in determining a coin's value. The U.S. Mint produces millions of quarters each year, so a worn, heavily circulated coin might not be worth much more than its face value. But a coin that has never been circulated, meaning it still shines with its original luster and detail, can fetch much higher prices. Professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC assess a coin's condition on a scale from poor to mint state, and collectors are willing to pay premium prices for those graded MS 65 and above. But rarity and condition are just part of the story. Some 2013 quarters have drawn attention for their unique minting errors or design varieties. These errors might include double dies, where certain design elements appear twice, off-center strikes, or missing mint marks. Collectors love these mistakes because they're one-of-a-kind variations that stand out from the millions of normally minted coins. Another fascinating aspect of the 2013 state quarters is the story behind the places they commemorate. For example, the Bombay Hook National Wildlife Refuge quarter celebrates Delaware's vital wetlands and diverse wildlife, showcasing the beauty and importance of preserving natural habitats. The Saratoga National Historical Park quarter honors a crucial Revolutionary War battlefield, reminding us of the sacrifices made for American independence. These coins serve as both currency and storytelling tools, linking us to the past and the land. In terms of composition, these quarters are made of a copper-nickel clad, which means their value doesn't come from precious metals but from their collectability and historical significance. This is why many collectors focus on mint marks, condition, and rare errors rather than metal content. So, what does this all mean for you if you have a 2013 state quarter dollar sitting in your collection or loose in your change? If you have one with a certain mint mark, particularly the S from San Francisco, especially if it's a proof coin in top-notch condition or one with a notable error, you might be sitting on something quite valuable. Over recent years, collectors and investors alike have shown a growing interest in these quarters, driving up demand and prices. Now, the moment you've been waiting for, the big reveal. A United States 2013 state quarter dollar, in exceptional condition and with the right mint mark, can be valued at an impressive $83,500. Yes, you heard that right, $83,500 for a single quarter. This incredible value highlights how something as common as a quarter can hold immense worth under the right circumstances. So next time you come across a 2013 state quarter dollar, don't just toss it into the coin jar. Take a closer look, check for that mint mark, and think about its condition. You might just have a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into the United States 2014 state quarter dollar, a coin that, while common in many pockets, holds some incredible potential value for the right collector. We'll explore the rich history behind the 2014 quarters, what makes the different mint marks so significant, and why some of these coins could be worth much more than just 25 cents. Stay tuned all the way to the end to find out just how much this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth today. Let's start by setting the scene. The 2014 state quarters are part of the America the Beautiful Quarter series. This series began in 2010 and continued through 2021, highlighting national parks, historic sites, and other landmarks across the United States. In 2014, 5 quarters were released, each showcasing a unique and meaningful place. These were the Great Smoky Mountains National Park in Tennessee, Shenandoah National Park in Virginia, Arches National Park in Utah, Great Sand Dunes National Park in Colorado, and Everglades National Park in Florida. Each of these quarters is a tiny work of art, designed to celebrate America's incredible natural heritage. For instance, the Great Smoky Mountains quarter beautifully depicts a bear, paying homage to the park's famous wildlife and misty mountain ranges. The Shenandoah quarter showcases a soaring hawk, symbolizing the rich biodiversity of the Appalachian region. These coins aren't just currency, they're storytelling tools that connect us to the nation's past, present, and natural wonders. Now, when it comes to mint marks, things get even more interesting. Mint marks are small letters on the coin that tell you which U.S. mint facility produced it. The primary mints involved in producing the 2014 quarters were Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia mint coins bear a P mint mark, Denver coins carry a D, and the San Francisco mint issues usually have an S. While Philadelphia and Denver coins were primarily made for circulation, San Francisco primarily produced proof coins for collectors. These proof coins have a shiny, mirror-like finish and are struck multiple times for sharp detail and high quality. The mint mark is much more than just a letter. It can mean the difference between a common quarter and one that's rare and highly sought after. San Francisco proof coins, in particular, were produced in much smaller numbers, making them much rarer. Collectors prize these proof coins because they often remain in pristine condition, increasing their collectible value exponentially. Speaking of condition, this is another crucial factor that determines the value of your 2014 state quarter. Coins that have been handled extensively show signs of wear, scratches, or dulling, which significantly reduces their value. On the other hand, coins that are uncirculated or professionally graded with high marks, such as mint state 65 or higher, can command premium prices. These coins retain their original luster, sharp details, and have minimal to no imperfections. Additionally, error coins can make 2014 quarters exceptionally valuable. Mint errors are unusual mistakes that occur during the manufacturing process, anything from double dies, off-center strikes, missing mint marks, or other anomalies. Because these errors are rare and unique, collectors go crazy over them, often driving prices well beyond normal market value. The 2014 quarters also hold value due to their historical and cultural significance. The America the Beautiful series celebrates America's national treasures, reminding us of the importance of conservation and heritage. For example, the Everglades quarter spotlights one of the world's most unique ecosystems, emphasizing the need to protect endangered species and fragile wetlands. Now let's talk numbers, because that's what many of you are eager to hear about. If you own a 2014 state quarter dollar that is a proof coin from the San Francisco Mint in pristine condition, or perhaps a rare error coin with a unique mint mark, you could be sitting on a remarkable piece of numismatic history worth a substantial sum. And here it is, a 2014 state quarter dollar with the right mint mark, in flawless, collector-grade condition, can fetch an astonishing $79,400. Yes, you heard that right, $79,400 for a quarter. This staggering value demonstrates the incredible potential hidden in coins you might otherwise overlook. So next time you come across a 2014 quarter, take a closer look. Check for the mint mark, inspect the coin's condition, and see if it has any unusual features. You might be holding a valuable treasure. Thanks for sticking with me on this deep dive into the fascinating world of the 2014 state quarter dollar. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and their hidden values, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an exciting discovery. Remember, every coin has a story, and sometimes, those stories are worth more than gold. Happy collecting, and I'll catch you in the next video.